All right, welcome to the explainer. So if you've ever spent any time working with React, you know exactly how fast a single component file can just spiral into chaos. Today, we're going to walk through a really simple, super effective way to organize your components. Trust me, it's going to make your code cleaner, way more reusable, and a whole lot easier to manage. Okay, let's kick things off with a problem I am sure you've all run into. You're building an awesome application, creating all these cool reusable components, but your main app.js file, well, it's starting to look a little crowded. Everything works, but trying to find anything in there is becoming a real chore, right? So here's our game plan for today. First, we'll talk about the problem, the component conundrum. Then we'll get right into the fix with a guide to splitting components. We'll also break down the crucial difference between default and named exports, see how to handle multiple exports from one file, and then we'll wrap it all up with a challenge for you to try. Okay, let's dive right into this component conundrum. We're going to start by looking at where our code usually begins its life, with, everything just crammed into one single file.
Right, so this main file, we call it the root component file. And when you're just starting out, it totally makes sense to put everything there. You might have, say, a gallery component and a profile component all defined and living happily together right inside your app.js. And look, for a tiny project, that's totally fine. It's simple, it's direct, but, and this is a big but, the real power of React components is their reusability. And as your app grows, this single file setup just doesn't scale. It quickly becomes a bottleneck, making your code a nightmare to read, a pain to debug, and forget about reusing those components anywhere else.
So, what's the fix? How do we get out of this mess? Well, the solution is actually a super straightforward three-step process that's going to make your components modular and your whole project so much cleaner.
It really is as easy as 1, 2, 3. First, you just make a new JavaScript file for your component. Second, you cut the component's code out of the old file, paste it into the new one, and then you export it. And third, you just import that component right back into the file where you need it. And bam, that's it.
And what you get at the end of all this is a beautiful, clean app.js file. Instead of being this junk drawer of component logic, it now acts like a real command center, simply importing the components it needs and telling them what to do. Much better. Okay, so let's get into the real magic that makes all of this organization possible. It all comes down to the two different ways you can export and import components in JavaScript modules. I love this analogy. Think of a default export as the solo star of a file. It's the main thing, the primary component that file is there to provide. Named exports, on the other hand, they're like the supporting cast, other useful functions or smaller components that you can also export from that same file. And you can see the syntax is a little different for each. For a default export, you use the export default keywords, and the import is pretty simple. For a named export, you just add export at the beginning. But the big giveaway? Those curly braces. You've got to have them for the import statement. The rules here are super important, so listen up. A file can have only one default export, just one. But it can have as many named exports as you want. And when you import a named export, that name inside the curly braces has to match exactly. With a default import, though, you can actually rename it to whatever you want right there in the import statement. Super flexible. And hey, don't just take my word for it. The official React documentation has a great rule of thumb here. Basically, if a file's main job is to give you one component, use a default export. If it's more like a toolbox, exporting multiple components or values, named exports are your friend. It just makes things clearer. All right, theory's great, but let's see this in action. What does it look like when we actually want to export more than one component from the very same file? Okay, so picture this. We've moved our gallery component out, it's got its own gallery.js file, and we've made it the default export. Awesome. But wait, the profile component is still stuck in that same file, and now we need to use it somewhere else. Houston, we have a problem, right? Because you can only have one default export. And the solution is, you guessed it, just make profile a named export. This is what's so cool about this system. A single file can have its main star, the default export, and then a whole cast of supporting actors as named exports for any related stuff. So now, back in our app.js file, look how clean this is. We can import both components from that single gallery.js file. We use the default import syntax for gallery and the named import syntax with the curly braces for profile, all from the same file. Everything is organized and working together perfectly. All right, we're on the home stretch now. This last part is a challenge for you so you can put all this good stuff into practice and take your code organization to the next level. So here's the challenge. Take that profile component and give it its very own profile.js file. Why? Because this is the ultimate goal, right? To have each component be its own self-contained, focused little module. This makes your entire project so much easier to understand and maintain in the long run.
And there you have it. You've got the complete toolkit now. You understand why splitting components is so important, you've got the 3-step process down, and you know the crucial difference between default and named exports. You are absolutely ready to go refactor your own projects and build some seriously clean, reusable component libraries.